Control flow tools in Python helps in automating repetitive tasks until a specific condition is met. One such tool is a while loop. In this video tutorial, we are going to talk about while loop, how it can perform simple actions until a specific condition is met. We are going to look at some examples, syntax, and best practices. First, we are going to have a basic example of a while loop. In this example, we are going to print the numbers from 1 to 5. Let's see how we can do that using a simple while loop. So over here, I'm going to take a variable name as count, and I'm giving it a value of 1. I'm saying count equal to 1, while the value of count is less than equal to 5. Just print count, and we are incrementing count by 1. Now let's run this code. So the values from 1 to 5 have been printed. So let's see how the code is working. Over here, we are saying while count is less than equal to 5, just move ahead and print the value of count. And we are incrementing the count value by 1 at each iteration. This is how simple a while loop is in Python. You can basically use it whenever and wherever you want. Now let's move forward and look at the while loop with an else statement. Can we use a while loop with an else statement? Of course we can. Now let's have a look at another example. So over here, I'm saying count equal to 1. And then I'm saying while count is less than equal to 5, print count, increment the count by 1, else we are going to say print loop has ended. Okay, now let's move forward and run this code. As you can see that the values from 1 to 5 have been printed. And once the condition is met, when the value of count is greater than 5, that is 6, we are moving forward with the else statement. And inside the else statement, we are printing the loop as ended. This is how we can use an else statement with a while loop. It's pretty simple, guys. Now let's move forward to another example. Using while loop with break and continue statements. So what does a break statement does? A break statement ends a loop prematurely when a specific condition is met. Now let's talk about a continue statement. Whenever there is a continue statement and when it is executed, all the code that is below the continue statement would not be executed in the same iteration. It moves to the next iteration. Now let's understand this with an example. So over here, I'm going to say count is equal to 1. Then I'm going to say while count is less than 10, increase the value of count. If count modulus 2 equal to 0, if it is an even number, then just skip it. So for that, we are going to say continue. And then I'm going to say if count equal to 7, then break, end the loop prematurely. Pretty simple. Now let's move forward and print the value of count. Now let's run this code and see the output ourselves. So over here, we can see that the output is 3 and 5. Let's see the code ourselves. So first, we are saying if it is an even number, don't bring anything, just move to the next iteration. And when the value of count is reaching 7, we are ending the loop prematurely, and we are not able to print anything after 7. So this is how we can use break and continue statement in a while loop. Pretty simple, guys. Just you can pause the video at any point of time and try to run the code by yourself so that you'll be able to understand the concepts in detail. Now we are moving forward. Infinite while loop. So sometimes we can get into infinite while loops where the condition is not met and the code inside the while loop is being executed until and unless you manually stop it. I'm going to take a simple example. I'm just going to say while true, print never ending. So if I run this code, I have to manually stop it. So I'm not going to do it, but you can try to use it and see what would be the output. Now let's move forward. So this is a simple question for you. You have to implement a function that is going to perform Fibonacci series. Let me tell you what a Fibonacci series is. The current value would be the sum of the last two values. Pause the video at any point of time and try to come up with a solution. I'll give you a couple of seconds for that. I hope you have come up with a solution. Now we are going to write the solution together. Now let's move forward. Over here, we are going to define a function. I'm going to say def fib, and we are going to take a value n. Inside that, we are going to take two variables, a and b, and we are specifying the values 0 and 1 to it. Then what we are going to say, while the value of a is less than n, print a and give the space, and then we are going to say a and b would be equal to b and a plus b. Now let's call this function till 1000. Now let's run this code and see the output. So this is the output. Over here we can see that the first, like for some of the initial values are 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8 and 987. Let's see how the code is working. So over here we are assigning the value of a equal to 0 and b equal to 1. Then we are saying while the value of a is less than the value that we have specified, 1000, print the value of a and give the space for the next character. Instead of going to the next line, we are just taking a space. Then what we are saying, exchange the value of a equal to b and b would be equal to a plus b. This is how simple we can implement a Fibonacci series in Python. I think you have understand this guide. Now let's move forward to another example, a guessing game. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to write a program in which you're going to randomly select a number, then you have to guess it. If the guess number is too high or too low, the program will give you a hint accordingly. I'll give you guys a couple of seconds to pause the video and try to come up with a solution. Then we both are going to solve this question together. Now take your time. Now I think you have come up with a solution. Now we are going to run on this thing. So first we have to import a library called random. So I'm going to say import random. Then we are going to say, we are going to take a variable guess a number. Guess a number. That would be, we are going to say random dot rand in 1 to 100. So what it will do, it will randomly generate a number between 1 and 100. So what we are going to do, we are going to use a while loop, and then we are taking another variable guess, that the output we are going to take, and that would be the value none right now. So we are going to say while guess is not equal to guess a number, then we are going to take input from the user. We are going to say in input, enter the number. So we are going to take the number a couple of times since we are going to guess it. Then we are going to say if guess is less than guess a number, then print too low. Else if guess is greater than guess a number, we are going to print too high. If we have guessed the number, we are going to print number found. Now let's run this code and see how it is working. So it is asking us to, so the number has been guessed by the function random. Now we have to enter number. So over here, I'm going to enter 50. It is saying too high. So we have to take another guess. So I'm going to say 30. It is again saying too high. So I'm going to take 20. And then it is saying too low. So we have to enter a number between 20 and 30. I'm going to say 25. And then it is saying too low. Then I'm going to say 27. So the number has been found. The random number that was guessed by the random module was 27. So this is how we can easily implement different things in while loop.